What inspires you? Is music a spiritual journey for you? Is it just about having fun, playing stuff that you enjoy, or being with fellow musicians and jamming for hours on end? Or maybe you're a hired gun, paid to do a job. Hello viewer, my name's Stu, and if you're not familiar with this video series, I recommend you go to my guitar channel playlists, which covers my journey back to playing guitar after a 40-year break. So, before I start, just a quick note. I mentioned in the previous video that I was going to be doing a bit of wheeling and dealing. Well, I think the next video I'm going to do will be a reveal as to what that was, and two guitars in my collection, my little collection, that I'm going to say goodbye to. So do subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications for that. Now, in many recent videos, I've reviewed a wide range of music gear that's been part of my journey back to playing and recording. So for those of you who love reviews on guitars, amplifiers, and of course effects pedals, you'll find my own experiences with a wide range of products as I search for music gear to help me write and record, and which of course has always been at the centre of why I play guitar. And so, a question for you, the viewer. Now this could cover many creative outlets, but this is a guitar channel. For all you guitarists and those keen on learning to play guitar, what inspires you, if anything? Number one, is music something that you just enjoy for what it is? Or perhaps number two, is music something that helps you through challenging times? Or maybe number three, is music a platform to release inner tension, conflict, emotions, political rants? Number four, is it part of a deep spiritual experience? Of course, music and music gear could just simply be a commodity to make money. And I'm sure you can add some of your own suggestions to that list. And speaking of that list, where do you fit on that list? Do message below. It's always interesting to hear what others have to say on those kind of topics. Now, down through the centuries, from the earliest recorded ancient records of music and instruments, music has been used for relaxation, entertainment, spiritual experiences, and of course, it's also been used to drive fear into an opposing enemy. And in some cases, in the ancient Far East, rulers would ask what kind of music a village community was listening to help them access or assess the moral climate of the people. Now, as a media producer for many years, I've always been interested to hear how sound design is used in feature films. For example, let's say such as the low droning horns used in the War of the Worlds. Looks like even the Martian invaders knew how to use psychological tones to terrify the inhabitants of Earth. As a youngster in the 1960s, 70s, I, along with many other guitar players, discovered Jimi Hendrix, Page, Beck, Clapton, along with many, many others. And something that many of those musicians had in common, aside drugs, alcohol, and turbulent relationships, was spiritual or supernatural experiences for inspiration. Just listen to their lyrics, if not candid interviews where many open up about their inner thoughts, feelings, or faith beliefs. Jimi Hendrix, for example, was well known for his spirituality and love of science fiction. In the early 1970s, when I picked up the guitar, my songwriting was usually about the pretty girl down the street, or my teenage angst against society. After all, it was the beginning of the punk rock era, and the UK It was a hotbed of strife, strikes, food shortages, power cuts, and general depression. So lots of material to write songs about. But my songwriting changed in the mid-70s when I would wind up in hospital requiring major surgery, which it nearly took my life on a number of occasions. Now, it was a dreadful period of my life, yet something happened to me lying in a hospital bed where mainly elderly patients were there, and some would die, and even in the bed next to me. So that had quite a profound effect. And when I left hospital, death pervaded my thoughts, and my mind became intrigued about the meaning of life, if there even was one. And so began a flurry of muddled songwriting, and nearly every song that I wrote was about death, spiritual beings, UFOs, religion, God, Jesus Christ, the devil. You get the picture. Now, in 1984, I put the electric guitar down and I left that world of, let's just call it rock and roll, and everything associated with it. And I went into another creative outlet, and that other one was the world of photography and eventually motion picture. Now, 40 years on, my worldview has changed dramatically, and the need to pour out an anguished soul is no longer needed. And in videos to come, I'll share some of my thoughts and processes as I begin recording again. So, music, it can be such a beautiful way to express yourself. So back to the question, what inspires you? Is music a spiritual journey for you? Or is it just about having fun, playing stuff you enjoy, being with fellow musicians and jamming for hours? Or perhaps you just love talking about music gear. It's a hobby. It's a great hobby. It'd be great to hear your comments below. Now, I will say some folks contact me privately because we should always be careful about what we write on an open internet platform. Do be careful of that. I always respect those who do want to chat privately, and I do take the time to respond thoughtfully. So do please feel free to drop me a line. My private message link is also on my channel playlist on the About section. Please do think about subscribing, hit the bell to get notifications, like and share. It really helps the channel. And do check out my channel playlists, which cover my journey back to playing and recording guitar after a 40-year break. So, whether you're a newcomer, an ongoing player like me, an old hand, returning to guitar playing, I always take time to engage with folks who take time to comment. So, until next time, the journey continues. Take care.